Hello, everyone. This is Teacher Rosa. Um, the video that I wanted to share right now is in regards to helping our students to choose a name. And yes, my baby just said, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, baby Rachel. Yeah, I have her right here under my table with plenty of toys. Okay, oops, let me remove this. Oh, sorry, 1 second. You know how it is, moms. You know how it is. Um, Thankfully, when I teach, it's early in the mornings when she is really sleeping. Okay, here we go back. Okay, so yes, choosing an English name is super important. Um, and you as a teacher could help the student to make that connection. So I wanted to share with you what I do. I have helped so many of my students to choose an English name. So this is what I do. And I also would like for you to see the other video that I put a couple of months ago. And where I actually recorded myself as I was helping the student choose a name. Well, why is this important? Well, you are introducing English to this wonderful student, our Chinese kids, and you're also introducing a culture. So if you give them an English name, they'll be more comfortable, more familiar with English. They will take English as being part of them. You know, they will identify with English. Now I have an English name, right? So, however, we do have certain students that will not change their names, and that is okay too. So, teacher, be open, pronounce it as best as you can. So this is what I do. So I greet my student. Hello, hi, and then I ask for their name. What's your name? Nice to meet you. So they gave me this long name and wonderful, very good. I'm not able to pronounce it, but I'm very friendly. Then I asked for their age. And then I say, then I introduce myself, and I just happened to find this book at the library. It was one of those books that they were donating. And um, so I tell them, oh, my name and nice to meet you, etc. And then I say, Jitien, Jitien. Oh, sorry, I think that means goodbye, Jitien. Okay, Zitze. Okay, whatever name it is. Sorry, I'm trying to manage things here with as my baby's here. Then I say, would you like to choose an English name for you? See, I'm trying to sell something that I like for him to choose an English name. Why? Because I want to make it easier for me and for other teachers to pronounce an English name, a normal English name. So then I would say, do you like Peter? Peter is a very good name in English. Tina, Sophia, Rebecca, Becca, Susan, Johanna, Emma. So I would, depending on if it's girls or boys, and I try to search for, give them names that are just 2 syllables or one. And John, many have chosen John. Um, one already had a name, Carl, but in the system it showed a very weird name. Well, then he told me his name was Carl. Now from now on I call him Carl. He hasn't changed it in the system, but I still in my notes I put there that his English name is Carl. And then after they choose the name, many of the boys have liked Samuel a lot. I tell them, oh, Samuel, and then I also write it or I put it in the chat box. And I would say 85% of the times they have selected that English name. Other ones, said no, refused, and that's fine. I have one student that told me he would choose it by himself. So this is just what I do, and so far it seems they've liked it. I have my wonderful regular student David. He loves his name, and I feel so comfortable calling him David when I see him. I have my awesome student Zoe. That she was one of the first ones that I taught, and I still see her, Zoe, and she loves her name. Um, and Zoe is a beautiful. It has a beautiful meaning. It actually means divine life. Zoe, like bios, the physical life. Zoe is the divine life. So, mm, and then Zoe's sister, the next day. Oh, let me tell you this. This was very sweet. So I helped Zoe choose a name, and I remember her Chinese name had so many syllables, and it was strange. I couldn't pronounce it. Now, I could give it a try, and I could just go along with it. But bringing that name to her brought a more personal class, and she liked it. And then I'm also cautious, right? I encourage you to be cautious too. If you see that the student is uncomfortable, then don't push it, right? So let me tell you what happened after she was okay with that name, and then I kept on calling her Zoe and etc. Well, guess what? On my next class with her, she shows up, and her sister was next to her, and she said, "Give her a name." And and that day, I don't know, I was a little bit tired, and but the name that came up was my first daughter's middle name, Lily. And Lily, it denotes, it's a flower, and it denotes a life that is simple, pure, that is not overwhelmed by anxiety. It just accepts the dew of the morning, the rain of every day, to keep on going on. Lily. So my daughter's middle name is Lily, and I just said, "Oh, Lily," and from that day, I called her Lily, the sister. And by the way, my baby Rachel, her middle name is Zoe. She's only 10 months. Tomorrow she'll be 10 months. Okay, we're done with this video. Okay, so this is all I wanted to share. Help your student choose an English name. It's not so hard. Try it.